Welcome to the audiobook of The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo, a transformative journey that will not only organize your home, but also change your life. Through the KonMari method, you will learn how to discard what no longer serves you and keep only those items that spark true joy. This process will not only create a tidy and harmonious space, but also bring clarity and serenity to your mind and soul. Get ready to experience the magical effect of tidying and start living a more joyful and fulfilling life. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Why can't I keep my house in order? The most common question I receive is, why can't I keep my house in order? This is a problem many people face daily. They spend hours organizing and cleaning, only to find that in a matter of days, the clutter returns. The primary reason this happens is that most people have never learned how to tidy properly and effectively. The first step to achieving and maintaining order is understanding that tidying is not just a physical task, but an introspective process that allows us to reflect on our possessions and our lives. To tidy correctly, we must address the root of the problem and make a fundamental change in our way of thinking and acting. Visualize your ideal lifestyle. Before starting to tidy, it's crucial to visualize the lifestyle you desire. Think about how you want to live and the type of environment you want to surround yourself with. Imagine every detail, the arrangement of the furniture, the lighting, the colors, and even the activities you will do in that space. This vision will serve as your guide and motivation throughout the process. Having a clear image of your goal makes every decision about what to keep and what to discard much easier. The magic of discarding. One of the main obstacles to maintaining order is the emotional attachment to objects. Many people keep things because they remind them of the past or because they believe they might be useful someday. However, this attachment prevents us from living in a tidy and harmonious environment. The key is to learn to let go with gratitude. Before discarding an object, thank it for the role it has played in your life. This simple act of gratitude can transform your perspective and facilitate the process of letting go. For example, you might have a t-shirt that you never wear, but find difficult to discard because it was a gift from a friend. Instead of holding on to it, thank your friend for the gesture and the t-shirt for serving its purpose when it was received. Then, let it go so it can be useful to someone else. Tidying by category, not location. One of the most innovative aspects of the KonMari method is tidying by category instead of by location. This means that, instead of tackling one room at a time, you should tidy all your belongings in a specific category in a single session. The main categories are clothes, books, papers, kimono, miscellaneous items, and sentimental items. By tidying this way, you can see clearly how many things of each type you own and make more informed decisions. Clothes. Begin by taking all your clothes out of the closets and drawers and piling them on the floor. This will allow you to see the real amount of clothing you have. Take each item in your hands and ask yourself, does this spark joy? If the answer is no, thank the item for its service and let it go. Books. Repeat the same process with your books. Take them all out of the shelves and pile them up. Hold each book and ask if it brings you joy or has a clear purpose in your current life. If not, say goodbye to it with gratitude. Papers. Papers are a common source of clutter. Gather all the papers in your house and sort them into 3 categories. Those you need to keep for a limited period, those you need to keep indefinitely, and those you can discard immediately. Kimono, miscellaneous items. This category includes everything else, from kitchen utensils to beauty products. Tackle each subcategory separately and apply the same criterion of whether each item sparks joy. Sentimental items. This is the most challenging category, as it includes things with significant emotional value. Tackle this category last. When you have honed your decision-making skills, ask yourself if you truly need to keep each item to remember the moment or person it is associated with. The importance of gratitude. Expressing gratitude toward your belongings not only facilitates the process of letting go, but also changes your relationship with the items you decide to keep. Begin and end each day by thanking your belongings for their support. This habit will help you maintain order and cultivate an attitude of appreciation and respect toward your environment. Conclusion. Maintaining your house in order requires a change in mindset and a commitment to personal transformation. By visualizing your ideal lifestyle, releasing emotional attachments, and expressing gratitude, you can create a home that truly reflects who you are and supports your well-being and happiness. Chapter 2. Finish discarding first. One of the fundamental principles of the KonMari method is that to effectively tidy, you must first discard everything you don't need. Many people make the mistake of trying to organize without first reducing the amount of stuff they own. The result is that, although their spaces may appear tidy temporarily, the clutter soon reappears. The art of discarding. Discarding is not simply throwing things away. It is an introspective process that forces us to confront our possessions and make conscious decisions about what we want to keep in our lives. This process can be challenging, especially for those who have a strong emotional attachment to their belongings. However, it is a crucial step for achieving lasting order. The decision to discard. To decide what to discard, we must evaluate each object one by one. The primary criterion is whether the object sparks joy. This concept of joy may seem abstract at first, but with practice, it becomes clearer. Take each item in your hands and ask yourself, does this spark joy? If the answer is no, it is time to let it go. For example, you might have a t-shirt that you never wear, but find difficult to discard because it was a gift from a friend. Instead of holding on to it, thank your friend for the gesture and the t-shirt, for serving its purpose when it was received. Then, let it go so it can be useful to someone else. Tidy by category, not by location. One of the most innovative aspects of the KonMari method is tidying by category instead of by location. This means that, instead of tackling one room at a time, you should tidy all your belongings in a specific category in a single session. The main categories are clothes, books, papers, kimono, miscellaneous items, and sentimental items. By tidying this way, you can see clearly how many things of each type you own and make more informed decisions. Clothes. Begin by taking all your clothes out of the closets and drawers and piling them on the floor. This will allow you to see the real amount of clothing you have. Take each item in your hands and ask yourself, does this spark joy? If the answer is no, thank the item for its service and let it go. Books. Repeat the same process with your books. Take them all out of the shelves and pile them up. Hold each book and ask if it brings you joy or has a clear purpose in your current life. If not, say goodbye to it with gratitude. Papers. Papers are a common source of clutter. Gather all the papers in your house and sort them into 3 categories. Those you need to keep for a limited period, those you need to keep indefinitely, and those you can discard immediately. Kimono, miscellaneous items. This category includes everything else, from kitchen utensils to beauty products. Tackle each subcategory separately and apply the same criterion of whether each item sparks joy. Sentimental items. This is the most challenging category, as it includes things with significant emotional value. Tackle this category last. When you have honed your decision-making skills, ask yourself if you truly need to keep each item to remember the moment or person it is associated with. The importance of gratitude. Expressing gratitude toward your belongings not only facilitates the process of letting go, but also changes your relationship with the items you decide to keep. Begin and end each day by thanking your belongings for their support. This habit will help you maintain order and cultivate an attitude of appreciation and respect toward your environment. The emotional impact of discarding. Discarding can be an emotionally intense process. As we part with objects that have been part of our lives, we confront feelings of nostalgia, guilt, and loss. However, it is also an opportunity to free ourselves from emotional burdens and create space for new experiences and opportunities. Strategies for discarding. To make the discarding process easier, it is helpful to follow some strategies. Discard all at once. Tackle each category in a single session. This allows you to see the immediate impact and feel the relief of having completed an important task. Start with the easiest. Begin with less emotionally charged categories, such as clothes, and progress to more difficult ones, such as sentimental items. This will help you develop your decision-making skills and gain confidence. Do it alone. Tidying alone allows you to focus on your own needs and desires without distractions or external influences. The liberation of letting go. At the end of the discarding process, many people feel a profound sense of liberation and lightness. Letting go of unnecessary items not only frees up physical space, but also mental and emotional space. It allows you to live in an environment that truly reflects who you are and what you value. Conclusion. The first step to achieving a tidy home is to discard everything you don't need. By evaluating each object and deciding whether it sparks joy, you can significantly reduce the number of items you own and create a more harmonious environment. This process requires introspection, gratitude, and a commitment to personal transformation, but the benefits are immense. By freeing yourself from unnecessary attachments, you open up space for what truly matters in your life. Chapter 3. Tidying by category works like magic. The KonMari method is based on the idea of tidying by category rather than by location. This approach, although counterintuitive at first, is fundamental for achieving effective and lasting order. Tidying by category allows us to see clearly everything we own of each type of item, and make more informed decisions about what to keep and what to discard. The reason behind tidying by category. Tidying by category is more effective because it forces us to confront the entirety of our possessions at once. When we tidy by location, we risk not realizing how many similar items we have scattered throughout the house. This fragmented approach can lead to a constant state of disorganization, as we never address the root problem. For example, if we tidy only the wardrobe in our bedroom, it's likely that we still have clothes in other parts of the house, like the guest room or the basement. By tidying all clothes at once, we can see the real amount of garments we own and make more conscious decisions about what to keep. The sequence of categories. The KonMari method suggests a specific order for tackling categories: clothes, books, papers, kimono, miscellaneous items, and sentimental items. This sequence is designed to help us develop our decision-making skills and build confidence as we progress to more challenging categories. 1. Clothes. Start with clothes because they are relatively easy to sort. Most people have less emotional attachment to their clothing compared to other items. Taking all your clothes out and piling them on the floor gives you a clear view of how much you have and makes the process of deciding what to keep easier. 2. Books. After clothes, move on to books. While books can have sentimental value, most people can evaluate whether a book brings them joy or if it is something they are likely to reread. 3. Papers. Papers are a category that often causes clutter in homes. Gather all the papers in your house and sort them into 3 categories: those you need to keep for a limited period, those you need to keep indefinitely, and those you can discard immediately. 4. Kimono, miscellaneous items. This is the broadest category and can include everything from kitchen utensils to beauty products. Tackle each subcategory systematically and apply the same criterion of whether each item sparks joy. 5. Sentimental items. Sentimental items are the most difficult to sort because they hold significant emotional value. Leave this category for last. When you have developed your decision-making skills, ask yourself if you truly need to keep each item to remember the moment or person it is associated with. The technique of tidying. To tidy effectively, it is useful to follow a specific technique. Take each item in your hands and ask yourself, does this spark joy? If the answer is no, thank the item for its service and let it go. This simple act of gratitude facilitates the process of letting go and helps you make clearer decisions. The impact of tidying by category. Tidying by category has a significant impact on our lives. It allows us to see the real quantity of items we own and helps us make more conscious decisions. Additionally, this approach gives us a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction as we see tangible progress in each category. The importance of completing a category. It is crucial to complete a category before moving on to the next. This ensures that we have fully addressed each type of item and prevents us from leaving tasks unfinished. Completing a category gives us a sense of closure and motivates us to continue with the process. Personal transformation. The process of tidying by category not only transforms our physical environment, but also our mindset and habits. It teaches us to value our possessions more and be more selective with what we bring into our lives. This shift in perspective can have a profound impact on our well-being and happiness. Strategies to maintain order. To maintain the order achieved through the KonMari method, it is helpful to establish daily routines and habits. Spend a few minutes each day returning items to their designated places and assessing if new acquisitions truly spark joy. This constant practice reinforces the principles of the KonMari method and helps prevent clutter from accumulating. The joy in tidying. The fundamental principle of the KonMari method is to keep only what brings you joy. This guideline is not only applicable to our possessions, but also to our daily decisions and actions. By focusing on joy and eliminating what doesn't serve us, we can live a more authentic and fulfilling life. Conclusion. Tidying by category is a fundamental approach of the KonMari method. It allows us to see clearly everything we own of each type of item and make more informed decisions. By following the suggested sequence of categories and completing each one before moving on to the next, we can achieve lasting order and transform our relationship with our possessions. This process not only creates a more organized environment, but also promotes a more conscious and appreciative mindset. Chapter 4. Storing your things to create a joyful home. Once we have decided what to keep and what to discard, the next step is finding the best way to store our belongings. Effective storage not only involves finding a place for everything, but also ensuring that our spaces remain organized and easy to use in the long term. The principle of simple storage. Storage should be simple and straightforward. The goal is to reduce the need for constant reorganization and minimize the effort required to maintain order. The key is to store things in a way that is intuitive and easy to maintain. Vertical storage. One of the most important principles of the KonMari method is vertical storage. Storing things vertically instead of stacking them horizontally not only saves space, but also makes it easier to see and access each item. For example, instead of stacking t-shirts on top of each other in a drawer, fold each one into a small rectangle and stand them upright. This allows you to see all your t-shirts at a glance and easily select the one you want to wear. Categories of storage. To store effectively, it is helpful to divide your belongings into categories and assign a specific place for each category. Here are some common categories and suggestions on how to store them. Clothes. Use drawers and shelves to store clothes folded vertically. For clothes that need to be hung, group them by type and color to make it easier to find what you need and keep a tidy appearance. Use boxes for small items like socks and underwear. Books. Place books vertically on shelves, organized by category or size. This way, you can see all the titles at a glance and access each book easily. Papers. Store papers in folders or files according to their purpose: bills, important documents, etc. Use a clear labeling system so you can quickly find what you need. Kimono. Miscellaneous items. Use boxes, baskets, and containers to group similar items and keep them organized. Label each container so you know exactly what is inside and can access items easily. Sentimental items. Store sentimental items in decorative boxes or special containers that reflect their emotional value. Keep these containers in an accessible place, but not necessarily in plain sight, to protect them and avoid clutter. Storing by frequency of use. Another effective strategy is to store items according to how frequently you use them. Daily use items should be stored in easily accessible places, while items used less frequently can be stored in less accessible spaces. This approach minimizes the effort required to access the items you need regularly and keeps your space organized. The importance of assigning a place for everything. One of the key principles of the KonMari method is to assign a specific place for each item. When everything has its designated place, it is much easier to maintain order and avoid clutter. Make sure to return each item to its designated place after use to keep your space organized. Simplicity in storage. Effective storage does not have to be complicated. In fact, the simpler your storage system, the more likely you are to maintain it. Avoid complicated storage solutions that require a lot of effort to maintain. Instead, opt for simple solutions that integrate naturally into your daily routine. Personalize your storage system. Everyone is different, and what works for one person may not work for another. Personalize your storage system to suit your needs and lifestyle. Experiment with different methods until you find the one that works best for you. The joy in storage. Just as with the process of selecting what to keep, storage should focus on joy. Store your belongings in a way that makes you happy and satisfied every time you see or use them. This approach not only makes it easier to maintain order, but also adds a layer of satisfaction and well-being to your daily life. Conclusion. Effective storage is an essential component of the KonMari method. By storing in a simple, vertical manner and organizing by categories, we can maximize space and maintain a tidy environment. Assigning a specific place for each item and storing according to frequency of use helps maintain order in the long term. Personalizing your storage system and focusing on joy ensures that your space is not only functional, but also a reflection of who you are and what you value. Mastering the art of storage transforms our environment and our lives in a meaningful and lasting way. Chapter 5. The Magic of Tidying Up. The KonMari method not only transforms your physical space, but also has a profound impact on your life. As you tidy your home, you also tidy your mind and life, creating a magical effect that allows you to live more fully and meaningfully. The transformative power of tidying. Tidying is not just a household chore. It is an act that can change your life. By reducing the number of things you own and surrounding yourself only with those items that truly bring you joy, you free yourself from the burden of clutter and the stress it generates. This process allows you to focus on what truly matters and dedicate more time and energy to your passions and goals. Mental clarity. One of the most notable benefits of tidying is the mental clarity it provides. Living in a tidy and organized space allows you to think more clearly and make better decisions. Clutter, on the other hand, can be a constant source of distraction and anxiety. By eliminating clutter from your life, you also eliminate the mental noise that hinders your concentration and creativity. Confidence and empowerment. Completing the tidying process using the KonMari method can be an incredibly empowering experience. By making conscious decisions about what to keep and what to discard, you develop greater confidence in your ability to make important decisions in other areas of your life. This confidence and sense of control can extend to your career, relationships, and other personal goals. Gratitude and appreciation. The KonMari method emphasizes the importance of gratitude toward our belongings. By thanking each item for its service before letting it go, we develop a greater appreciation for what we have. This approach not only facilitates the process of letting go, but also cultivates an attitude of gratitude in our daily lives. We learn to value and care for our possessions better, which in turn can increase our satisfaction and happiness. Improved personal relationships. Tidying can also positively impact our personal relationships. Living in an organized and harmonious environment can reduce stress and conflict caused by clutter. Moreover, having a cleaner and more organized space makes it easier to entertain guests and socialize, which can strengthen your relationships with friends and family. Minimalism and sustainability. The KonMari method promotes a minimalist approach to our possessions. By keeping only those items that truly bring us joy, we reduce unnecessary consumption and accumulation. This minimalist approach not only benefits our personal well-being, but also contributes to the sustainability of the planet by reducing waste and excessive consumption. The spirituality of tidying. For many people, the process of tidying can have a spiritual dimension. Creating an organized and tranquil space also creates an environment that fosters reflection and meditation. This space can be a refuge from the chaos and noise of the outside world, allowing us to connect with our inner selves and find peace and balance. Maintaining long-term order. Maintaining the order achieved through the KonMari method requires ongoing commitment. Establishing daily routines and tidying habits can help maintain your space organized. Spend a few minutes each day returning items to their designated places and assessing if new acquisitions truly spark joy. This constant practice reinforces the principles of the KonMari method and helps prevent clutter from accumulating. Joy as a guiding principle. The fundamental principle of the KonMari method is to keep only what brings you joy. This guideline is not only applicable to our possessions, but also to our daily decisions and actions. By focusing on joy and eliminating what doesn't serve us, we can live a more authentic and fulfilling life. Conclusion. The magic of tidying up goes beyond having a clean and organized home. It transforms our mindset, habits, and life overall. By following the KonMari method, we not only create a physical environment that reflects who we are and what we value, but also cultivate a mindset of gratitude, clarity, and empowerment. This tidying process allows us to live more fully and meaningfully, making the most of every moment and every opportunity. Ultimately, the true goal of tidying is to live a life that brings us joy and satisfaction in all aspects.